So what we're gonna try, since I have it, is throwing some filler primer on in like triangle. So we're gonna spray from one side, and we're gonna spray from the other side. Man, I really gotta get that Sawzall can shaker thing if I'm gonna continue to do aerosol cans. All right, it's your boy Corey, back here in the shop, barely bolted. Got another video for you today. Let me show you what we're working on. What we have here is some products from my favorite stores. And again, this isn't a sponsored video. What we also have here is a wheel for the truck. This is gonna be the spare tire wheel. What we're gonna try to do is we're gonna try to refinish the wheels on the truck on the cheap. We've got a $30 portable sandblaster that hooks to an air compressor. We've got 25 pounds of blasting media. We've got some spray paint, again, with the aerosol. I don't know, I need to eventually get a real gun. But this is called dark steel. So I didn't want to go black. I didn't want to go chrome. The wheels are aluminum, but they're chromed, but they look horrible because the chrome's peeling. So we need to do something. So I figured we'd go dark steel gloss. We got some self-etching primer. And some gloves for PPE, plus we'll wear our full face mask with the breathers on it. Here's the plan.
Plan. I have no idea what it is, but it's done.
We're going to wash the wheel. We're gonna try to blast the wheel and see if we can get a nice finish. Then we'll put the self-etching primer on, maybe a light sand, and then we're gonna hit it with the paint. And then we've got, not shown here, but I have 2K clear, similar to how we did it on the truck, on the way. And then we'll clear coat them and see how it goes. We're gonna do one wheel first, in case I really mess it up or the finish isn't what we want. Then we know, and then we'll pivot and we'll do a different video on whatever that process is. But I figured we'd try one since I have an extra one, and we'll go from there. But the whole idea is that we're gonna do this on the cheap. So let's do it on the cheap. Let's do it on the cheap. Okay, here's what we got. This is post sandblast. Now, take this with a grain of salt, right? Like, it clearly didn't get everything. I also don't think my compressor is strong enough. I know that. Getting a new air compressor has been on my list for a while. I just haven't been afforded the money to get it yet. So it's gonna happen. So I had to sandblast weight, and this got the heavy off. So at this point, I think I'm gonna clean it, and then we're gonna try some self-etching primer rather than trying to sand. Like, we're not gonna fix those. I think there are some products that could fix that. Like, I think there's a filler or something, but I'm really not too worried about it since it's a spare tire. I think we put some primer on this and see how it goes. But compared to what it was, it's not bad. And then to give you an idea, the whole inside of the wheel looked like that. And so I did a little section. So it was definitely working. It's definitely cleaning. So, all right, let me wipe this down, get some self-etching primer on here, and we'll see where we go from there. All right, so we got 2 coats of self-etch on there, and it's looking pretty good, especially in the areas that were sandblasted well. However, we're still seeing some flakiness in some of those really troublesome areas. So what we're gonna try, since I have it, is throwing some filler primer on, see if we can hit some of those low spots and build them up a little bit, see how that goes. You got nothing to lose. The whole point of this is to test these products and see if we can create a final result that's pretty decent. So let's give it a shot, see what happens. Let that sit for a few minutes, then we'll do another coat in the troublesome areas and see what we got. I don't think it's gonna help too much in the flaking areas, but it might help a little bit. Make it not look so pronounced. Again, we're not trying to make, see, those are the areas I'm talking about, that up there. And to give you a reference, let's look at what we're trying to fix. We got over here, it's all up in here. Over here, so it's pretty bad. All right, let's do some color, see what happens. So when we approach the color, we're gonna do it in like a triangle. So we're gonna spray from one side, and we're gonna spray from another side, and then we're gonna spray from another side. Again, we're replacing the valve stem. It looks pretty good. Welcome back to the shop. Barely bolted. Like and subscribe. I'm Corey. Anyway, what we're doing here is we made a mistake. You done messed up, Ron! You guys along the journey of fixing that mistake. That's the whole purpose of this channel. Half the time I don't know what I'm doing, and we're learning together. I'm learning so much from the comments. If you guys got tips and tricks, put them in the bloopity bloops. Let me know what's going on. I appreciate it. I read all the comments, every single one of them. And chances are I've responded to every single one of them. So what we're doing today, here's what we got. So we got this wheel, and from about this far, it looks pretty good. But it doesn't look good, does it? No, I rushed this. I tried to cut corners, and that's not how we do things. So we're gonna fix it. Like over there, that looks fantastic. That does not look so fantastic. All right, so we got a 2-step process. First, we're gonna throw some Citristrip on this. If you've never used this stuff before, it's amazing. Throw it on, leave it there for a while. It's gonna pull back the paint, the primer, the whole deal. It's pretty rugged stuff. So we're gonna spray the whole wheel, get the paint off. Then, so I'm filming this on a Monday. On Wednesday, I've got some Bondo, some reinforced metal Bondo. I didn't even know they made such a thing. Anyway, we're gonna use that to try to fix this situation and that situation. I think I can get all that off by sanding. We're gonna see though. And clean up the center here. Again, this is just the spare, but this is our test. We're trying to figure out the process to make this wheel look as best we can on a budget, low price, low cost. And because we have 4 more to do. So if this one comes out great, then I'll feel good about doing the other 4, and we'll go from there. So let me get the Citristripper on this. We're gonna let it set up for about a day, day and a half, and then we'll clean it off, reprime it after we do all our prep, and we'll go from there. Okay, and just like that, the stuff is gonna sit here and it's just gonna eat that paint right up. And then we'll be able to basically wash that off when it's done. So I will see you guys in 2 days and we'll have a conclusion to this video. All right, so it's 36 hours later. This thing's been sitting with the Citristripper on it. And I just wanna show you guys how easy this stuff comes off. So it's flathead. I'm putting no pressure on this whatsoever. Like, I bet I can do it with my finger. Yeah, look at that. Paint just comes right off. So, yeah, so I got a mess here. I'm gonna clean this up. My Bondo will come in to fix those gouges and chips, and then we can start getting this thing resprayed and go from there. So, yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little update. All right, so we got like 90% of it off. So I hit it again with the Citristripper, and we'll come back to it tomorrow. Make sure it's 100% clean. Then we're gonna sand it with a paddle disc. All right, we're gonna hit this with a flap disc. We got 80 grit. So I don't have a 400 grit wheel. Not that I would want to use one anyways, because I think at this point we're kind of in the hand sanding territory. All right, so we're using metal reinforced filler. Rebuilds metal, wood, masonry, and it's drillable and tappable. Oops, right there. So you put 3 inches of this down on a mixing plate. So I'm gonna use this little piece of cardboard over there. And then you do 3 drops of the hardener, and then you mix it up. And so I marked the wheel in all of the places where I think I need to add some filler. And then once it's done, we'll sand it and go from there. It's insane that this stuff is, oh wow. This stuff is crazy looking. Whew, it smells like Bondo. 3 inches.
6-inch ribbon curls, honey.
That's impossible.
6 inches.
I don't need 3 inches, but that's what we gonna do. 3 inches. Not sacrificing another screwdriver to the Bondo gods. You know what I'm saying?
Boy.
Okay, that took a second because they don't give you an easy way to open that. I had to use a small drill bit. down smooth, and then hopefully it looks better. We can prime, paint. I'm doing this on a Wednesday. I'm gonna paint on Friday. So tomorrow I'm gonna sand this. Then we're gonna prime and paint on Friday because we've got some weather stuff going on, so I can't really get this outside to paint, but I think that's some good progress. All right, we're back at it. We've sanded all the Bondo, the metal reinforced Bondo, and I just threw down a coat of self-etching prime, and then we're gonna hit it with another coat, and then we're gonna paint it. So here's where we're at. So a lot of the imperfections are gone. We did introduce a couple new ones, but like down there, you kind of see some waviness. That's my bad. Overall, a lot better than it was. So this video's getting long, so I'm gonna cut it pretty short. I'm gonna hit this again. Tomorrow we'll hit it with paint a couple times, and then I'll show you guys the finished product. Okay, so I'm using a different brand of clear coat. Same thing though, it's a 2K, hardener on the bottom. What sucks is I'm gonna waste this can, but I wanna get this wheel cleared so we can see the final finish. It's like a $25 can or $24 can. I'll leave the link in the description below if you wanna get some of this stuff. It's from Amazon. Okay, here's the final product. This is cleared and painted and everything's good. Now, I did introduce some additional, gouges and things. You really shouldn't be using 80 grit flap disc on an aluminum wheel. If I could go back and do it again, I would use a much higher disc, like a 200.